Okay folks, welcome back. Video number 5 in our Wintermute series, and we are quite literally where we left off. I've just stopped one video and started the next. Because I'm getting a bit excited, I have to be honest. I know I was a little bit disappointed in the last video about the dialogue, but the game is still pretty cool, and I still want to get on there, get out there and explore. So, let's head out of the bank. We're still looking for firewood for the Grey Mother. That is our goal. It's not looking too nice out here now, it has to be said. There's no real time limit on the on this little task of ours, so I'm kind of half tempted. There's lots of buildings around here, so I'm tempted to go and see if we can get into one of the others. The Grey Mother is pretty convinced that there is nobody else in Milton, and everywhere does seem to be boarded up. In fairness, everywhere does look to be boarded up. Is this one boarded up? Yes, we're heading out of the town now, so that's... Oh, this one isn't. Can we get inside here? Can we get in this one? Yes, we can. Anybody home? Is this just going to load? Okay, well, we've gone in. I am now down to matches, I think. Yep. This is more traditional than what we're used to in the Long Dark. I'm just going to do a quick walk around. It's a bit creepy. Okay, we are alone here. There's nothing here. So we can use this as our base to get us through the night. So let me just... I've got plenty of matches, so I'm not worried too much about that. Just so I can see what I'm doing. Normally I would come in and immediately loot the building and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to do that this time because it is pitch black and I can't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to jump into the bed and I'm going to try and sleep through the night. But before we do that, I think we are going to need to eat. So let's eat a bit. And let's eat a bit more. Cattails, I think. Okay, so hopefully that will now see us through. I'm going to do 4 hours, so we'll do a 4-hour block. It might not even let me, to be honest, because I'm not actually that tired. But we'll see how far it lets me do this. Okay, let me do 4 hours, so that's cool. Saves the progress, and we're now in the middle of the night. We need to drink. I'm going to drink a soda, actually, because that'll give me some calories as well. And I don't think it's really going to let us sleep. So let's try and pass time for a couple of hours. We'll just do 2. Okay, and then let's try and sleep for 3. See if it'll let us do that. And then this should get us through to the following morning, all being well. And then we can properly explore and loot this house. Oh, it's not quite done it. Okay, so let's drink a soda. And then we'll drink some water. No, that's a lamp. Drink some water. And eat another cattail. And then we'll try again. Let's pass time for 3 hours. Should be bringing us to sunrise. There we go. That'll do. We're not that tired, so we don't really need to sleep again. And our condition is looking a lot better now. So, let's do some looting. Anything in these drawers? Nope. We have a book, some newsprint, and some running shoes. Anything under the bed? Nothing of note. Cupboard. So, standard looting. If you've seen us play the Long Dark before, this is pretty much as we normally do. Although it's slightly odd, I have to say, this time round, because I don't have an established base camp like I normally would do in the Long Dark, where we would take all of our spare loot. At the moment, we're still very much mobile, because we don't really know what the story mode is going to bring. So I think that is indicating a different way of playing the Long Dark in story mode, is that we may not be setting up ourselves a base camp as such. We may be staying fairly mobile, so only carrying with us what we need and ditching things that we don't absolutely need to be carrying around with us whenever we hit our carrying weight, which we can't be very far from hitting. Okay, let's go around the kitchen then. This is going to be attempt at food stash and also attempt at sorting out firewood. Now it didn't mention a time restriction. Although, let me have a look. Oh, there we are. I should have read the mission, really. There's a firewood bin outside the grandmother's house. Stock it with fuel you find. Sticks, firewood, broken down furniture, or coal if you can find any. So that is what we are trying to do, is fill that bin. So I figured that one out without reading it. I'll probably need to get into the habit of reading the missions, which I'm not used to doing in the Loadout. So I don't miss things that I need to be doing. Anything in the oven? So basically, this is actually a bit reminiscent of the challenge that we did, if you remember, quite a while ago. Where we had to gather certain things and put them in the Quinset gas station. Okay, so can we break things down? No, we need a hatchet to break down chairs. Crates, I know we can break down. I still can't pick up any charcoal. Crates I know I can break down, but chairs I can't, so I can't really break things down without, because I haven't got a hatchet. So let's leave the house then. Let's head outside into the rest of the town. We're going to explore the rest of the town. Basically we need to collect 30 firewood items, is our current goal. It's looking a bit chilly out here. It is looking a little bit on the chilly side, so we don't want to stay outside for too long. We've got a post office over there, so let's go and check out the post office. So there's the credit union, there's the house. Looks like there is another house there that we can go inside. This is the post office, which I've completely missed the front door to. Hinterland post office. But we can go around the back through this gate. And what we're going to find. A wolf knowing my luck. Okay, so let's go inside the post office then. Not what we're going to find, but at least we're going to get out of the cold. A bit of disruption like we found in the credit union. So we're in the post office. We've got a cardboard box which we can break down into tinder, but not firewood. Backpack. Ragged wool socks. I'm not worrying too much about carry weight at the moment, because ultimately it's not telling me that I'm encumbered, but as soon as it does, which will probably be in a couple of seconds. Milton Post Office collectible. Scrap of paper found in Milton Post Office. Okay. It's not particularly interesting collectible though, really. Basically just proof that I've been here. Very old computer with a very new monitor. There's a little bit of a mismatch there. Can we open any of these? No, we can't. We've got a stick though, so that's a bit of news, quite a bit of newsprint. Well, not very much to be found in here. The back door to the back office is boarded off. So I assume we might be able to get into that through the back. There might be a back door into the post office that leads into the staff area at the back. So let's see if we can get in there. There's obviously a dead deer there, which we probably want to harvest before it degrades. There is another house over there that we can go into, so... Can we get into the back of the post office? No, we can't, so we can't actually get in there at all. Okay, so let's have a nosy around then. Ooh, can't go down there. Okay, there's quite a bit of town off that way. Obviously we're looking for specific things at the moment, which I don't think we're really going to find in the town. Let's have a look inside this little house. See what we get. So we're exploring a whole new area here. We've not seen this region, but oh, this is always a bit scary when there's something like that. Ah. The rocking horse made me jump. I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit more on edge with this, because now I know there's NPCs in the game, and I may well come across NPCs, and I'm slightly concerned that there's going to be hostile NPCs. Yeah, I know, we are now hitting our encumbered limit, so we may have to do a little bit of reviewing in a moment and see if there's anything we can ditch. This one's a bit more of a bare bones house. It's got some stuff in it, but not a lot. I don't think we're going to find a lot in here. Oh, we've got a few things. Not too bad, really. I like these sound effects. Is that... No, it's a curtain rail. I thought it was a torch. I do like the new sound effects. You can really feel like things are being opened. I can't break down the rocking horse. No, I'm not going to bother taking the shoes. I am now at a point. The books are really heavy, but they do make good fire starting material for me. I don't know whether they would count towards the Grey Mothers. Well, it's a bit strange. There's only a child's kind of stuff in here. There's no adult stuff anywhere. There's no adult stuff anywhere. There's only child stuff in this one. It's a bit strange. Okay, before we go anywhere else, let's eat and drink and just see if we can eat and drink our way out of some of our weight issues. A bit of reclaim wood there. I missed on the way in. Let's just see if we can eat and drink our way out of our weight issue. Or some of it. Okay, maybe not then. Is there anything in here that we can ditch? How far overweight are we? 6 kilos. We've got an awful lot of water. I'm carrying around a lot of things that I probably don't really need to be carrying. But again, I'm a bit reluctant to drop stuff off at the moment because... Let's eat that one because that's not got much left in it. I'm a bit reluctant to drop things off at the moment because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them back. If I'm going to end up losing them. I'm genuinely worried that an NPC is going to sneak along and steal my stuff. So I've kind of had that in my head for the whole time when we knew that NPCs were coming. That might happen. That you set yourself up a base camp and an NPC comes along and steals all your stuff. Okay, so let's head a bit further this way then. There's another house here that we can go in. Looks like another small one. There's some crates there that we can probably break down for firewood. There's some sticks. Let's get on our firewood collecting mission. Let's drop inside this house and see what we find. Anybody home? Nope. And there's very little in here. Okay, I'm going to leave the stacks of papers for now. Wheelbarrow, some scrap metal. Oh, we'll have the accelerant. I've got plenty of tinder, so I really don't need that. No, I need a hatchet to break down planks. What's that under there? It's a flare shell. They're quite rare. Okay, so not very much in that one. Let's head back outside again then and carry on down the line. I'm not worrying too much about being encumbered at the moment because ultimately we're not going to be running very far in the town. We should be pretty safe. You watch me get jumped by a wolf now I've said that. Okay, we're at hypothermia risk, so we need to get indoors and stay there for a bit. Okay, can't get in that one. We can get in this one. And we can get in... Oh, there's a few we can get in here. There's a little cluster of buildings that we can get in here. Part of me wants to go and check out that one with the flag on it. I don't know why. I'm kind of been drawn to it. So let's go over and have a look. Ah, that'll be why. It's the bank manager's house. We have the key. Anybody in? Nobody. Okay, well, before we say that there's nobody in, let's go and do a little... It's a fairly small house, not very big. Not a massive amount in here, but we've got some stuff. We've got some reclaimed wood. What's the temperature in here? It's 5 degrees, so we're okay. We don't need to light a fire. We have some salty crackers. Some dog food. Now I might use this. I might use this as my little base camp. Because I'm curious as to if I can lock the door.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Because I am genuinely thinking that NPCs will come along and take things from your supply caches. If we kind of do them as we do them traditionally, and we just leave them in a building. Because there are now other people walking around in the world, so... I am genuinely thinking that might happen.
What have we here?
Okay, we're really overweight now, so we're going to have to do something about our weight load. Okay, so let's do this in this corner over here then. Let's see what we're carrying and whether we can get rid of any of it. So, what are we carrying? 8 pieces of reclaimed wood, 19 sticks. So that's almost what we need to do our dropping off. I'm not sure if the books count. So I'm kind of going for sticks and reclaimed wood here. So I am at 27, so I'm only 3 pieces short. So we're not actually that far off hitting what we need. Anything else that we can ditch? Well, we've got quite a lot of clothing. So let's have a go through our clothing loadout and see if there's anything we can do. Well, I'm going to pop on my extra hat. And then I'm immediately going to swap it for a toque, which is in better condition. Okay, so what we're wearing is what we're going to go with. I'm going to pop on my extra coat. So that gives me better condition. And I can also pop on... Which I've got wool socks. Got slightly better wool socks. Let's pop those on. Shoes wise, I think what I'm wearing are probably better. So I'm going with those. So interestingly, the running shoes give us better. It's probably condition related, that one. Wear my extra pair of trousers. I'm going to wear the driving gloves. Don't worry, we've got plenty of water, we don't need to do that. Okay, so I think we've got ourselves slightly better set up clothing wise now. We've got 2 jackets on. We've got an outer jacket, we've got an inner jacket. So we've actually got 4 layers on top there. We've got 2 hats on, we've got gloves, 2 pairs of socks, boots, and 2 pairs of trousers and underwear. So we've actually got quite a lot of clothing there. Warmth bonus is always how I play the game. So what we're going to do then is get rid of the clothing that we're not wearing, so we don't have to carry it around with us. Save ourselves the carrying weight. I think that's pretty much all of it. Drop. Oh, I've just noticed actually there's a... I pressed the wrong button, but there's a bit of clothing that's in really bad shape. Will's trousers are in really bad condition. There's nothing... Can I repair? I can do some repairs. Let's do that then. Okay. Well, that's better. That's much better. Okay. That's fine then. So let's drop that. Do I have a sewing kit then? How in the heck did that repair that without a sewing kit? Okay, I'm still 10 kilos over, so if there's anything else we can ditch. Now, I am carrying around with me a deer hide and some guts, so I'm going to drop those 2. So I'm going to turn this into a bit of a temporary supply cache. So let's drop the deer hide and the gut in here. And we'll leave it all lying around. It's not the kind of building I would normally choose, but it has a stove in it, and I believe we can lock it if that is something that is a thing that features in the game. I don't know if it does. So we can. I think we can leave a few things behind here if we don't need to be carrying them around with us. But I'm still a bit reluctant to drop that much stuff, to be honest. I still want to kind of hang on to it. Let's get rid of some of this antiseptic. We're carrying quite a lot of that. I'm still 9 kilos over, but we're not too bad now. We're okay. So let's...
It's getting too heavy to carry.
Are they more matches? Okay, we'll leave those here. We're carrying an awful lot of those already. Okay. Let's drop those up there. Okay, let's drink some water. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back towards the Grey Mother's house. We've virtually got all of the firewood that we need, but if we go and ditch what we've got into her little her little bin, obviously that will free up some weight for us as well, which will make life a little bit easier. So let's go and do that, and we might find the couple of bits that we need on the way. Well, there's one extra stick. And there's another extra stick. And another extra stick. And another one. So I think we're now okay. So we've got, I think now, all of the firewood that we need. We've explored a fair chunk of Milton. There's nobody else here other than the Grey Mother. So let's head up this way. It's like an outbuilding at the back of her house. There's a random engine in it for some strange reason. There's actually some firewood back here as well. Ultimately, I want to keep gathering firewood because I'm going to need it for myself as well. Hatchets! There's the hatchets. We found a hatchet. That's good. That's good. So we can get our firewood. We've collected the firewood that we needed for the Grey Mother. But we now have the ability to get wood for ourselves. So let's get into the firewood bin, and let's transfer firewood. So in theory we only transfer 3 of those. So we'll keep the rest for ourselves. 6.1 of 30. What? Oh, there was me thinking that we were gonna. Let me guess. Sticks don't count quite as much. Well, we'll keep some of them then. Transfer. Do books count? 8.2 of 30. Okay. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Firewood bin outside. Fill it with fuel. Okay, so well, we've got a hatchet now, so I suppose we can actually start collecting more things. Oh, I was really hoping that would be it. That was all we have to do, but it's a bit more complicated by the looks of things. But at least we have a hatchet, so we can actually start breaking things down. I'm also tempted now to harvest this deer carcass. It's probably not very much point though. Okay, let's harvest. Let's harvest this deer carcass. There we go. So we got something out of it. Okay, let's head back over to the house that we're using as our base. Once we can drop this deer hide off in our house, which is the manager's house. We can warm ourselves up a little bit in there, and then we'll start breaking down whatever's in there to generate firewood. And we obviously can go to the other houses nearby as well. So let's head back inside our house. And we can drop some things. So the things we're going to drop are going to be our deer hide and the other 2 gut. So we've got Another deer hide curing, and we have, whoops, we have some more gut curing as well now. A little bit tricky to place this gut, it's all a little bit random, so I might have to rethink that. But I can now break things down, so let's break down the chair. Oh, break down the pillow by mistake, let's break down the chair. I'm going to leave the table because I might start stacking things on it. I've got a stool. I'll break that down as well. It's starting to go dark, so I think we can head into the night. I can't break down that door, which has been annoying. Okay, so I think what we'll do, we'll sleep through the night, then in the bed. I haven't actually gone through any of these, have I? I haven't gone through these cabinets and things. Let's eat some food. We have some tomato soup, so we're going to go ahead and eat that. That didn't give us much in the way of food increase there. Okay, so we may as well drink as well. And we shall do our trick of going to bed. And we'll try and get through the night if we can. So we'll bung 8 hours in, and we'll see what happens, see if we can get through 8 hours. I think we're kind of adapting now more to traditional long dark, where we're starting to gather things. We're bringing them together into our kind of base camp, where we're starting to go into normal survival mode a little bit now. Okay, I might have to pass time. I'm going to pass time for 4 hours now. Pass time for 4 hours, and then hopefully we can...
All I can think about is food.
Well, let's sleep for a couple, see if that'll bring us towards sunrise. There we go, that's brought us to sunrise. Although the weather is not sounding brilliant outside in the game at the moment. Status is all really good though. Okay, I'm going to drink. Conditions are 100%. We've started to break down things for firewood. I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable with the idea of leaving some of my stuff in here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that with some of the things that I'm carrying. So I'm going to drop the flare shell, I'm going to drop that jerry can, I'm going to drop half of the stones. Or all of the stones because I clicked the wrong button. So the jerry can I'll pop on the table, I think, over here. Along probably with the flare if I can get it from under the stones, or I can't. I need to eat some more food. Food is proving an interesting one in this these days, I have to say. Okay, so let's go back outside then, and we'll gather some more firewood. We'll go over to one of the other buildings, see if we can get some more firewood. We are coming up to time on this video. Well, that's not great. Can we get into... we can get into the building next door, so let's do this. Let's drop into this building here. Still expecting to find another NPC around. I'm just still finding it a bit odd that we haven't. So there's another abandoned house. Very abandoned, this one. Very little here. Medicine shelf. Nothing in the medicine cabinet. Take all the water. Water's quite heavy, so that might be something that I'm going to start storing in my own makeshift base camp. Can't break any of that down, which is a bit annoying. A tearful letter. I don't want to do this, but I don't have a choice. I can't stay in Milton anymore. It's just too empty and sad. I know I promised to stick with you through thick and thin, but I never signed up for this. I'm sorry. I'll send through when I get to the mainland. I hear they have more there. Love N. Okay, so that's a bit of a sad letter there. In fact, that collectible from the post office, I'm wondering whether we could read that and there was going to be something on it. But, we'll go back and have another look at that, I think. Granola bar?
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Oh, did I not pick up that letter? I forgot to pick it up. Okay, we'll pick it up. Let's see what we get. Smell of soup.
I'll be hungry later.
Dog's best friends. Okay, so we search through the kitchen. Anything in the metal container? A baseball cap. I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna leave the beef jerky though. I think I'm gonna start being a bit more selective than I traditionally am in the long dark. Certainly at the moment, where we're a little bit unsure exactly how things are going to go down, I'm going to be a little bit more selective. And you know what? So far, I haven't found anything I can break down. I'm not doing very well here. I've got a hatchet, and I kind of assumed I'd magically start finding firewood everywhere, but we haven't. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, we are going to say thank you very much for watching for this video. We are going to continue our little odyssey in video number 6, where we're going to carry on trying to find all this firewood for the Grey Mother. Gather all that together, drop it over to her, and see where we go from there. See what dialogue options we get next, and what missions we get next. And hopefully we'll start finding some more NPCs as well, maybe outside of Milton. But I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I'm still excited. I'm still enjoying this. It's a very different way of playing the Long Dark to what I'm used to. So we're just getting the hang of things. But hopefully we can start moving things along a bit more of a pace fairly soon. But right now I am going to say thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again very, very soon.